Welcome back to Plan B Terraform, where we continue to terraform this new planet. New challenge. In the last episode we had oceans and we started planting trees, and with trees come oxygen. So a few years later, and you can see great news, we've reached a key oxygen level. Biologists have waited decades for this. Animals will now start to be released into the wild. Cities will also begin to require less oxygen. We still haven't reached the 20,000, but if we pause, we may have indeed animals. So let's check in the forest. We created a forest here and another one there. So let's check this out. If we see any animals, it may take a couple of minutes for them to arrive. No. Okay, so yeah, let's wait a bit for that. But the other thing is, if we look at our cities, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to see that the oxygen, O2, is gonna start reducing. Right now it's at 0%, but soon it will start going down and down and down as we continue increasing the quantity of O2, which is also again linked to the amount of trees that we have. So maybe let's plant a few more trees into to this space here. A few minutes later, you can see the oxygen now is definitely above the 1 Pascal. Basically, we have more oxygen in the atmosphere, and so if I look here, we are now at minus 10%. So we're gonna need less and less oxygen, or to be more precise, while I need 180 of high-tech parts, I only need 163 of oxygen. I've also been really developing over here the central production hub. So we have over here, basically this is my aluminium, taking aluminium ore, transforming it into aluminium bars. So we have 2 of them. Then we have the iron ore into iron bars, steel bars. And then we have the sulfur into concrete, and we're using some of this concrete and some steel bars. So one of these, I don't know which one, one of these train is going here to make the reinforced concrete. And here we're gonna have some nitrogen and steel bars to make the tempered steel. This is then sent over here with a bit more of carbon nano to make the nano composite. And we have the polymer bars and aluminum bars to make high-tech parts. I have also some empty ones here that we can do in the future. This is a lot of carbon because we're gonna need a lot of carbon in the future. So tons of carbon here. We are actually kind of centralizing reserves of carbon here. So, whatever is produced over here or over there, I'm sending it then here. And then we're taking it and sending it here and there to make the polymer bars, which are then sent there, like I said before. So that's already quite a lot of productions. We're using, of course, some of the resources that are close by, like this one here. I think this one there, this one here. I connected also to that one there. We have the nitrogen, this is this. We have a lot of the aluminium is coming from far, like that, but it's all connected outside of the rivers. This is an old one I'm actually not really using. But with this, we have basically a lot, right? If we look at my current city of New Yangon, we have reinforced concrete, high-tech parts, oxygen, of course. So we still need to make sure we have a great production of food and a great kind of production for metal waste and plastic waste. The other thing is, we need to remember we had this river there that was trying to be created in the city here. So I'm thinking we're going to delete this piece here, maybe put a wall to protect the city and expand the city more on this side here. And probably, have a bit more of a nice looking kind of layout for the distribution of resource and for the distribution, or not the distribution, the kind of collection of waste. So let me work on this and I'll see you in a minute. Earth Organization General, greetings. Please be advised that the organization is not taking charge of maintaining global peace on Earth. Things are not going well, it seems. Your nano composite will be a great contribution to this noble cause. Please bring some to the space elevator. Not good. This is worse than we thought. Space elevator was not meant to provide resources for war. We have finished level 15, right? 20,000 of population. And now they want us 30,000. And basically, before we were getting various seeds for free, now we have to pay for these seeds with nano composite. Not so great, not so great. I am also starting to delete basically everything that was on this side. As I said, I've started to organize it a bit better, where this is the central, line. We're delivering resources. And for example, one interesting thing I'm doing is, if you think about the high-tech parts, I'm gonna have two production of high-tech parts. I'm gonna have this production here, which is kind of the backup production. It is using aluminium and polymer bars that I'm making over here. And then I'm going to have a second production, which is over here, where, okay, the aluminium bars, this is also what I'm making there. But the polymer bar is going to be using the recyclables. I could also potentially use the aluminium from this, but then it makes two different recycling. It could be that one is full and the other is empty, so I'm not going to do that. But we're definitely going to use this one. So the plastic one, right? If you look over here, this is my line of plastic waste. It's going to create plastic waste. It's going to be just taken out of the city over here. And the reason I'm doing this is this may start to produce tons, and then I may need multiple blocks like this, and I can add them over here. But basically, yes, we take all of this plastic waste, we transform it then into polymer bars. Then I take those polymer bars, and as I said, I'm gonna send them over here. And then this is going to create, high-tech parts. Not that much, basically just the amount linked to the recycling, but this is almost like free high-tech parts. And then we need to make sure that we use these ones first. So this is why those high-tech parts are gonna go over here, where this is prioritized. I didn't click on the backup supply, versus the others, they will go over here in the future, which is where we're gonna have backup supply. For now, I still have some on this side, so I'm first using all of these, but then yeah, we're gonna do this. And then I could potentially do again the same thing, to be honest, with the metal waste. So the metal waste is creating steel bars and aluminum bars. I could do the same of trying to put them back into the system. I've decided not to, at least for now. So what we're gonna do with the steel bar is just create extractors. And for the aluminum bars, we're gonna send them over here. We're also going to take polymer bars, and we're gonna make with this deposit Mark II, because I actually need quite a bit of these too. And this way, this should never stop. The carbon that is used to make those polymers is also made on site over here, so it's sort of like separated from my main production. This is main production hub, this is recycling. And yeah, now I'm starting, as I said, to close this part here. And we have a good entrance for the food, good entrance for the high-tech parts, for the reinforced concrete too. So this city is actually now growing slowly but surely. We have also, by the way, at the top over here, the oxygen. This is slowly but surely also decreasing. We're at minus 20% now. So loving this, loving this. We need to check the space elevator, right? So as we said, the space elevator now is gonna need nano composite instead of this space cable. Actually, maybe just delete those. They're really not needed. I had a production of space cables in the main city, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep that, but I'm gonna take out the trains, and so all of the resources are here. Now, as we said, we need to start sending some of these resources to the, where is the space elevator? Yeah. So to get my seeds, we're gonna need to send some composite carbon, nanocarbon, sorry. So that's what I want over here, nano composite. So let's send a train, and that means we're gonna need to make sure we're producing enough, but I think we are. We're We're taking the carbon nanotube. I have almost unlimited amount of this. It's just steel bars basically that's needed. So let's take a train up. I have, by the way, also made a train factory over here. I'll show you in a second because it's probably a bit too big too. But yeah, let's send the nano composite. I'm gonna send 20 trains just to be safe. But if you look over here, I'm using some of these steel bars and transforming them into mechanical parts. This is what you see over here. Then we take mechanical parts and some high-tech parts which are coming from a train, and we are then creating with that trains. But yeah, I see I already have 100. I feel like 100 is a good number. Yeah, okay, good. So let's unpause and see this. Now the population is going to continue growing. Soon we're gonna reach 10,000. Oh, we have reached it already. So basically at this point they don't want this anymore, but I'm just gonna leave it just in case, you know, just in case we need it. And instead I'm gonna create another pass over here for the nano composite. So let's actually pause this. Let me work on this and I'll see you in a sec. I probably also should rework my food to be a bit better. Oh my word. War rages on Earth. We need more resource. Bring more nano composites so we can continue to give you seeds. It's terrible they extort us. Our scientists could develop those seeds themselves, but Earth control our labs. So what do we need to do? Well, we have now still nano composite we need to give them. We have at least the organic waste, so that may help. And then in the next level, I think this is when we're gonna be able to make seeds ourselves. To do that, we need to reach 50,000. I'm still focusing on New Yangon only, to be honest. We have the delivery over here on nano composite. We have food. I've charted food over here, so you can see this is kind of various seed, compost, and water. So we have the seed obviously are coming from the elevator, where I understand I'm gonna need to give more of them, because this is basically empty now. You can see the seeds are empty. Ooh, do I need more somehow? But more importantly, we need also compost and water. So the water easy is coming from here. You can see it's all blue. It's a lot of water production, seems completely full, so love it. Compost, on the other hand, seems pretty empty right now. It's coming from there. So we have a good amount of carbon. It seems to be nitrogen is the problem. Okay, so I'm gonna increase my nitrogen production so that we can deliver more. I'm gonna do it a bit sneaky like that. I'm hoping that will be good. So it is. It's basically producing and then move, goes here. Oh, that's not good. We don't need a carbon there. That should be nitrogen again. Okay, so hopefully that's gonna help make a bit more carbon. So I have a lot of train. I think the problem is we're not making enough. And otherwise I can also double this production over here in a second. But yeah, with this we've started to make food. I see a lot of food, so love that. Okay, this is empty, but that's normal because that's just my recycling production. This is empty, but that's good. We want this to be empty. And this one is because I'm not delivering, because we're still focusing on that one for now. All the other ones have moved to this side. This is the only one that's staying for now. Okay, so yeah, the population is growing quickly. I don't think we need anything else right now. It's just those numbers are increasing more and more. You see the oxygen is not increasing that much, so that's great. What else they said? Did we have? Oh yeah, there was a production we unlocked. I forgot. Organic waste. Yes. Forgot about that. So that means we have a new one. Where is the organic waste? What about that? Why don't we have organic waste yet? Organic waste, yeah, it is. Yeah, So I'm gonna need to basically make one more like this. So let's go, I can show you. Don't hesitate to delete bits when you're doing something like this. So we're gonna do like that, up, up, up. We're going to delete, actually, oh, I'm deleting a bit too many. Wait, we're gonna do it on the other side. So this is going to go there, this is going here, there, and basically people are going to put new houses on this side. So, but we're not producing yet. Maybe it's coming just now at maybe it's at 30,000 or something like this that is gonna start, but we can get ready for it. We can get ready for it. So we're gonna say this is the delivery. Okay, and then we're gonna need to do something with it, I'm guessing. Oh, we have it over here. So the organic waste plus nitrogen is going to remake compost. Interesting. So compost was this guy here, right? Yeah. Okay. So now I need to decide. The best would be I recreate one more like this, and I make one more like this, which will be the priority, similar to what we did for the high-tech part. So I think we're gonna do that. I'll see you in a minute when that happens. We need as many resources as possible. It's your only priority now. Seed supply is cut off until further notice. And how am I gonna survive, Earth Organization General? They have gone too far. Just do as they say. We'll take care of it from here. Meaning what? Give 2,000 composite to the space elevator. No, I don't want to. I want to give them nothing. I want to give them nothing. But yeah, more seriously, we have over here in the city. So we're starting to get some of these organic waste. It goes into this train here. It's delivered there. We also have a bit of nitrogen that comes from the same nitrogen as before, and that creates compost. Then this compost is sent into this new block over here at the top with a bit more seeds and water. We're creating, food, and that food is not delivered here. Instead, it's delivered over here. And this one is, not a backup supply versus this one is a backup supply. So that's the idea. Now I see we are really low right now on nano composite because I think we're just giving too much to this guy. That's the problem. But let me make sure there's no other problems with my production, and we'll see when we give 2,000. While we're waiting, as you can see, we're at 1,500. Look at this, animals. There's a deer here and you can take control of it and move it yourself if you want to. That's funny. I think I saw also a bear. Oh no, this is something else, a wolf. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a bear somewhere. So yeah, we have animals. I also saw a bird at some point. You can see that the forest over here has definitely grown. I wouldn't say the whole map, but it's starting to look a bit more like the Earth. It's starting to look a bit more like the Earth. You can also see it over here. And whole piece there full of forest there too. Really cool, really cool. The city of Yangon is not growing anymore because I stopped giving them some nano composite. I was just focusing on giving the nano composite on this side. Get to 2,000 as quickly as possible, because now we are not even getting anything in return. So I don't have any seed. I didn't even check actually. Do we have any reserves of seed? Our reserves of seed are going down. Good thing we do have some here. Okay, so we still have quite a bit of seed, and we have also good reserves of food. Maybe you want to make sure you do that before you get to that mission. But it is, we're at almost 2,000. Let's give it a second. And level complete, level 18. We have now Earth. We are no longer supporting your war. We declare independence now. Take this as proof of our determination. We're going to make the space elevator explode. Okay, so it's now falling down. we've taken control of the planet, and consequently we can finally use technology blocked by Earth. Watch out for the falling space elevator. We have now unlocked various seeds. We can grow them, I think, in the botanical research center. So we're gonna need to put that in one of our city. We've also unlocked ships, by the way. So those ships, they will be able obviously to transport across oceans, but they're pretty slow. And then we have the Depot Mark III. This is polymer bars and tempered steel. Okay, so that could be useful for sure to make even better productions. By the way, the next mission is 75,000, and this will unlock dynamite, pile of dirt to raise the ground, interesting, and the terrain tool. Okay, so let me show you quickly the elevator falling. Here it is. Look at this, the elevator is falling. Is it gonna fall? No, I don't have a city there, so it's gonna fall, I guess, on the train, but not on the city at least. That is pretty crazy. Okay, let's accelerate the time, but oh yeah, it actually did destroy stuff. Look at this, destroyed everything. Wow. The only good thing is I don't think we really need that, to be honest. Can I just rebuild? Or I need to destroy those things one by one? Well, that's pretty annoying. That's pretty annoying. Good thing we didn't have like a city there, because look at this, it's falling very far. Maybe there's gonna be a city on the other side actually. Let's see it. Ooh. Still coming down. It's basically done the whole, yeah, it went the whole way around almost. Okay, so we need to make seeds, right? But I think, ladies and gents, we're gonna do this in the next episode. This was already a pretty long one. Now what is clear is that this is not working anymore. This was mainly used for the food to go to New Paris. So I guess New Paris is not gonna get any food right now. And we don't really need that anymore. We don't need any of these, so I'll delete it. I don't know if I can send. Yeah, I think we can. Like if I just do, like, let's delete that. Let's delete that. Yeah, we're gonna lose these ones, but that's fine. That's not the end of the world. But yeah, ladies and gents, hope you're still enjoying this one. We are getting closer to the end for sure of this playthrough, but there is still quite a few surprises, new things with version 1 that you probably haven't seen before. So I hope you're enjoying this one. Smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.